1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Good evening or late afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first deadline stream of the season, of course, for Game Week 1. We're going to try and answer as many questions as possible. I'm a tiny bit late, maybe like 30 seconds late. That's because I had to get my pizza order in. I'm going to pre-order it for the end of this stream before the Man City game. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're close to being locked in. As always, a few of my picks are hidden, mostly because I'm not settled on them. It's not to, try and hide them. They're not completely out there picks. The only players I'm going for are ones I've talked about a lot already. Watkins or Jackson, Martinelli or a cheaper midfielder, James or a 4.5 million defender, Onana or Pickford or Flecken or Johnston. They are the picks. Nothing exciting. I just haven't fully decided. I don't know why I leave these things until the deadline stream to get settled, but that is life, I guess. It could be Salah. It could be Salah in the middle. Probably not, though. I think if I'm going Salah, you'll know about it. Earlier on, no suit. I didn't put a suit on. No, that's a bit. That is bad of me. But to be honest, it's boiling. I'm not sure I could cope with a suit. So yeah, no suit. No suit. Sorry, I'm already seeing if we can get any team news for later. I'm not going to... Again, I do go through this every season. I'm not going to go through... I'm not going to keep answering the question about why they're not revealed. It's 6 picks that I've talked about a lot. 4 million defenders, 4.5 million defenders. That is it. Right now, it's Martinelli, yeah. But again, if I want to change, I don't want the pressure that I've shown him for an hour, and then I change him, and then I get loads of messages about why have you changed that player. So it's just easy to do it. Yes, the key sounds are back, because when I tried to get rid of them, it kind of just messed the whole sound up. Paul Gavin has become a member. Thank you very much. Vic7000 really wants Chilwell. Bulldog, Shaw, Cash, Gabriel, Eshpinian, Cash to Kabori, and Gabriel, Eshpinian to Chilwell. I would probably just not start with Chilwell, to be honest. If you really want Luke Shaw, and Gabriel and Eshpinian are pretty good, so I just probably wouldn't sell... I just probably wouldn't have Chilwell. There's nothing wrong with Luke Shaw, but I feel like from Game Week 2 onwards, Chilwell's probably better. And obviously, you can have Onana in goal if you want. What do you think of the Caicedo news? I think it's quite funny, to be honest. Liverpool have got him. Klopp says that it's a great... Now, to be fair, I know all the hype is going to be around what Klopp said. Klopp didn't say anything that wasn't true. They'd agreed a deal with Brighton, but obviously they hadn't agreed on player terms. But yeah. It is what it is. It looks like he's going to go to Chelsea if they can stump up enough money. So we'll see. You could try a noise gate / equalizer and or compressor for your sound. I've actually got a noise gate. So look, if I go silent, no sound. No like fan noise, no breather or anything like that. So I've got a noise gate on. I haven't got Salah. I don't think I'm going to get him. I am. Ruben Dias is injured for anyone who doesn't know. Yeah, FPL Raptor did say that he hasn't travelled apparently. How much in the bank do I have? Sorry, I'm already distracted, which is really bad. I've got 0 in the bank with this team right now. Why do I have 0 in the team? Oh, Christ, yeah, because I've got a... Yeah, let me just change that. I don't even know which 4.5 million defender I like. All this time, and I'm still not quite sure who I would pick. Maybe Colwill? Seems a bit risky, though. I mean, last year I put in a Chelsea defender last minute, and look how well that went with Cucurella. Watkins or João Pedro? I mean, depending on what you do with the money, Watkins, right? Watkins is definitely the better pick. Will James start on the wing better than Chilwell? I mean, they're both going to start as fullbacks. If one of them's going to stay back, it does seem more likely to be Reece James. But in the easier games, he might get forward anyway. Viz Academy, thank you very much for 5 months. Similar team to yours. How do you know my team? But with 2 4 million defenders, what do you think of Edison Ortega double up to cover City defence? I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Like, if we get a leak that Ortega's starting later, he's going to go straight in my team instead of Turner. Maybe even instead of my goalkeeper, just save loads of money and just risk it. Because I feel like it's one thing for Ortega to start the Community Shield, but if he starts the first game of the Premier League and Edison's on the bench, then that tells me he's just ahead of him in the pecking order. But I probably wouldn't do that. Plus, you block a Man City spot. Like, I know I've only got Haaland right now, but if I decide that I want Foden or I want a defender or something like that, or I even want both, I don't want to block that, so I probably wouldn't do that. Bruno and Maddison versus Son and Mitoma. To be honest, I think it's probably Bruno and Mitoma and just save 1 million. But out of those combinations, I go Bruno and Maddison. Seb on goal, 20 months. Thank you very much. Let's go, Mo. Seb is locking Mo Salah in. You got to captain him game week 2. Anyone that's got Salah, fair play to you. You've got to captain him in game week 2. You could be ahead of the crowd. Salah could brace in game week 1. People will transfer him in. You'll earn a bit of money, and you get to captain in game week 2. Paul Harlan, new member, thank you very much. Lucas, if Foden starts, 2 4 million defenders and Foden, or a 6.5 million mid, plus a 4 and a 4.5. Longer term, I think you're probably better off with the 6.5 million mid. But like if Foden starts and he starts the next few games, he could be absolutely right. Hang on, sorry. What word am I looking for? Simply FPL. Sam, thank you very much for 12 months. Much appreciated. Kuba, new member, thank you very much. If anyone hasn't signed up to Fantasy Football Hub, by the way, the link is in the description and it's in the chat pinned. If you want to get signed up 50% off before the deadline starts, make sure you do that. If I've got Man City news, you'll know. You'll know. Celebrate the first super chat from Marius. Thank you very much. Salah and João Pedro plus Stones or Rashford, Watkins and a 6.5 midfielder. I mean, I'm probably going to go the Rashford route. There's not a huge amount in it as long as Salah, João Pedro and Stones keep starting. Obviously, Salah's gonna. Then it could be quite equal. But if we suddenly get, João Pedro missing a game, coming off early, Stones missing a game, then I definitely prefer Rashford, Watkins to 6.5. It's safer when it comes to minutes. Foden and Jackson or Watkins and Mbeumo, I would say definitely Watkins and Mbeumo. Again, it's safety of those minutes. You can call these picks safe, you can call them boring, but they are just good. They are just good. And Mbeumo is fit. I should probably put that in the ticker. Ticker. Why is Diaby not in the conversation for 6.5 midfielder? Jason, that's a great question. I completely forgot him to put him in the newsletter earlier. I think he could be good. I think he could be great. I just prefer the fixtures of most of the other three. Like the 3 main ones that I'm looking at. Like in Mbeumo, Mitoma, etc. Where am I looking here? Pickford 1 million in the bank or Onana. Well, it's 0.5, isn't it? That's the difference. Depends. What do you need that 0.5 million for? I think the key thing with Onana, and we shouldn't forget this, he is the better option, in my opinion, than any of the 4.5s. Like I said that before, there probably will be... what am I trying to say? There probably will be a 4.5 that absolutely outscores Onana, but I think it's hard to know who that is, whereas Onana should just be good. I don't think he'll be completely awful. He'll either be good or great. So we shouldn't now, just because there's other 4.5s on offer, we shouldn't now start thinking that Onana is a bad option. But the 4.5 million is obviously important, so it depends what you need that for. Who's on pens for Spurs now? Kane is gone. Lots of speculation. Some people seem to think it's going to be Maddison. A lot of people seem to think it's Richarlison. What I will say is, when I said I would put money on Son, no one else seems to think it's going to be Son. So we'll see. We'll see. Daniel, thank you for the content last season. Looking forward to this season. I've gone with a 4-5-1 with Trent Gamble. Good luck. Good luck. Remember that, you know, like a lot of the teams I've put through the My Team tool on Fantasy Football Hub, which again is completely free to do if you want to do. This isn't part of the plug, but I'm just trying to get a point across. A lot of the percentages are quite similar because a lot of teams are kind of viable. So if you want to go for Trent and you like the rest of the team, I wouldn't sit here and try and put you off. I'm probably not going to go for Trent or Salah, but teams can be absolutely fine with them. Is captaining Saka too risky when I'm having Jota and João Pedro as my differentials? Like, for that, I would just say you've already got differentials enough. Do you really need to go differential with the captain as well? But Saka or Rashford have got good fixtures, so if you want to go different, you could. But I'm just too scared of Haaland to go different, so I definitely won't. Faizi, does Eze and Diaby rather than Matoma and Mbermo sound too risky or exciting? I mean, it sounds quite exciting, but obviously you could have a combination. You could have Mbermo and Diaby or something like that. And just, I mean, you should just choose the two you think are the best, right? You might have a different opinion to me. And does 2 4 million defenders with 1 million in the bank provide flexibility of future transfers? So I don't think there's a right or wrong with that, right? So if you have 2 £4 million defenders and 1 million, then as long as nothing goes wrong with your 11 and you don't have injuries and you don't need to call upon your bench, then having that 1 million leaves you quite flexible in terms of making future transfers. So if a player goes up in price and what's the example? Yeah, let's say a player difference is only 0.5 million, but someone goes up in price and then it's 0.6 you need. Well, obviously you've got 1 million, so you're fine. But of course, if you get loads of issues with your team and you don't have enough transfers to sort it, having a stronger bench can be helpful. So it depends what happens in the next few weeks, and obviously I can't predict exactly what's going to. I think I'm going to end up on 1.4 and 1.4.5, but I don't know. It was good to see you on the FPL show live, and yes, I'll continue to taunt you with Alvarez. Thank you very much. It was good to be on the first show of the season. Hopefully be on again. Not every week, but should be on again at some point. Have Rashford captain over Haaland and Saka thoughts? Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on captaincy are always going to be the same. Haaland's the best. If you want to take a punt, Rashford or Saka, probably the best options. Maybe even Salah against Chelsea, right? They weren't great defensively last year. And Salah's just great against everyone. Amlin, new member, thank you very much. Pratyush, thank you very much. Phage, thoughts on starting Calvert-Lewin? I don't know if he's going to be fit. I don't know if he's going to start. Son and João Pedro or Mbermo and Watkins? Mbermo and Watkins, I think. Downgrading to Richarlison in my midfield with Saka, Rashford, Martinez allows me to get Trent and Chilwell too. Would you do it? Oh, worth it, sorry. I mean, again, only you can answer that, right? Are you happy to get rid of one of those Arsenal Man United players? For me, like, Richarlison will probably get a go at being the number 9. But here's my question. Would any of you be shocked if Son lines up as the number 9 against Brentford? Would any be completely shocked? And Richarlison or Solomon or Perisic or someone like that lines up on the left? Would that be a massive, massive shock? I don't think so. I think it's very likely Richarlison is going to be first choice number 9 until they possibly buy someone. But I don't think it would be a shock. Like, Son's played striker before and done very well. Now, this was a few seasons ago, right? But I don't think it would be that shocking. So, is it worth the downgrade? Possibly. But also, Man United and Arsenal have 3 really good fixtures to start off with. So, you think Son, who's fantastic through the middle, who's played there before, it would be shocking if he played there again. I mean, he hasn't done it through pre-season. So, again, if I'm betting money, Richarlison starts as number 9 on Sunday. Like, that would be my bet. But I don't think it would be shocking if Son did. Like, the guy's fantastic. And great through the middle. Great in front of goal. You don't want that guy wide. I mean, I guess it would be more shocking to have Solomon and Son rather than Son and Richarlison. I agree with that. Would you consider Vardiol if he starts? I will consider it, yeah. Yeah, I'll consider it. I don't know how likely it is. I don't really want to have to play him ahead of Chilwell. I've kind of talked myself into the fact I'm going to start Chilwell. Let me just send this. I've lost all the messages. Where are they? Oh, there we go. There we go. No City team news yet. For me, they only have 4 forwards. Just can't see it. Richarlison left and Son central makes little sense. I mean, it's positions they've both played in before. Again, I'm not saying that's the most likely scenario is Son left, Richarlison through the middle. I'm not disagreeing with anyone on that. I'm just saying I don't think would be completely shocking if Son was playing there, who is amazing in front of goal. Not last year maybe, but generally. Let me ask you a different question. If you've got someone running through on goal, down the middle, do you want Son or Richarlison on the end of it? You probably want Son, right? Anyway, Richarlison will probably play through the middle. I agree with that. With uncertainty around how good Chelsea will be without Nkunku, interesting point about that, by the way, that we didn't know how good Chelsea would be with him, to be honest. But yes, I get your point. Is Jackson still a good pick? I think yes, just because of the fixtures, really. And he's only 7 million. It's not like you're losing a lot. It's not like it's not like if he was the same price as Watkins, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Is Wissa a better punt? No, don't think so. Also, Flecken or Johnston. I don't want to answer goalkeeper questions because honestly, I could say Flecken and I might end up with Johnston. I really don't know. If I had to say right now, I'd probably say Johnston. Martinelli and Jackson or João Pedro and Odegaard? I think Martinelli and Jackson. Is Mbeumo 100% fit? Yeah, I think Thomas Frank said he's actually just going to start. So, yeah. Son's amazing in front of goal, but not necessarily as a 9. His movement and speed are 11. Yeah, again, I don't want to keep going through this. I just leave it at this. I think Richarlison will start as number 9 on Sunday. There you go. So go for Richarlison if you want. Chris Jones, new member, thank you very much. Ahmed, 24 months. Happy new season. Currently on Diaby for 6.5 million slot, but I'm thinking Eze and Mbeumo. Any thoughts? I'm starting with Salah. I think just for fixtures, I like Mbeumo plus penalties, but there's nothing wrong with Diaby. Like, he's not a bad pick, but I prefer Mbeumo. But I've kind of been on that all through pre-season. I haven't seen any reasons to change it. Like, lots of people will tell you that the Brentford will be worse without Tony, and that could be the case. Could have it massively wrong, and then Mbeumo might end up being awful. Any merit in Ferguson? Too risky with João Pedro in? I'd rather go for João Pedro. There's every chance that Welbeck starts instead of Ferguson. League code is on the screen, yeah? And in the ticker, and in the description below. Trossard thoughts versus Foden, would want one of them. I mean, I'd probably go for Foden. I think he's probably more likely to start than Trossard. But I don't really know. I would probably say neither. Got to make changes early because of crashing chances. Yeah, does FPL crash that much? I think the last time it crashed was kind of Haaland when we didn't know if he was going to start or not, and people were worried about captaincy, etc. So I'm not massively worried about it crashing, but yeah, there's no point in risking it, I guess. Try and get it locked in like a few minutes before. Diaz or Havertz? Havertz surely up front versus Forest. There's no guarantee that Havertz is up front versus Forest, by the way, but I think he'll start. So I'd probably go for him over Diaz. Jota, Bruno, White, Estepinian, or Salah, Garnacho, Saliba, Tarkowski. Probably the first one with Jota, I would say. Thoughts on Alvarez and Garnacho to enable Martinelli to Salah in Game Week 2? The thing is, Garnacho's... If you're going to go Garnacho, you've got to go early with him, because once Højlund's playing, Garnacho probably goes out of the team, or at least he's going to be a bit intermittent in terms of... Intermittent? That's probably not the right word. Do you know what I mean? He's not always going to start. Jota potentially looks good. I think he's come into people's thinking the last few days, because obviously he started quite a lot. if Gakpo plays number 8, then Jota could play through the middle instead of Darwin for pressing reasons, especially against Chelsea. But again, like I always just think of it like this, right? If Jota starts against Chelsea, whether he does well or not, if it was Luis Diaz, Darwin, and Salah against Bournemouth, would that be a massive shock? I don't think it would be. So I just probably wouldn't go for Jota, but that's just me. Again, it comes back to that point I've made a million times this last week or so. It's not like Jota is priced like an absolute bargain compared to other players that you know are going to start. Like, for the same money, you get Martinelli. For 0.5 million more, you get Odegaard and Saka Fernandes. For 1 million more, you get Rashford. And I don't think Liverpool's fixtures are worth that hassle either. Like, Bournemouth at home is great, but Chelsea away, Newcastle away, either side of that, when you can get a more nailed player for the same money with better fixtures, I find it hard to get on the Jota bandwagon. I fully get why people are thinking about it, because his numbers are great, and Liverpool score a lot of goals, and so does he when he plays, but don't think I can get behind it. Is Archer's deal done? I don't think so. But there's a few rumours going around that he's going to move, and I think Emery basically said that in his press conference. It's just a case of where does he go, and obviously it might be that he goes to a Premier League club that doesn't start him that much, but it could be that he goes somewhere that starts him a lot. What? I just seen a predictor go out with Jackson not starting, but I think they've done it wrong. Don't panic about that. He's going to start. Thoughts are: is Eze a good 6.5 million asset in midfield? Absolutely, yeah. Nailed on. Going to play pretty much all minutes, penalties, pretty good fixtures as well. Torn over him as a punt instead of Mitoma. Love that you have content in podcast form, by the way. Yeah, thank you very much to everyone that's... I know we're on YouTube, right? So I don't want to focus on the podcast too much. This won't go up on podcast either because it'll be useless after the deadline. But thank you very much to everyone that's been listening on podcast. If you want to do me a favour right now, whether or not you listen to me on podcasts or not, if you've got Apple Podcasts or Spotify, get your phone out right now and just go and find me and then just rate it 5 stars. It'd be much appreciated. But yeah, on Eze, I like him. Again, I don't want to sit on the fence, but I do think players like Mbeumo, Solly March, Mitoma, Eze, they're all quite close in terms of how good they are. You could probably even put Diaby quite close to them as well. I would rule out players like Mudryk, so I'm not sure he's completely nailed on. I would rule out Bernardo Silva. I wouldn't want to block a Man City spot. I don't like his underlying numbers. I'd rule out Harvey Barnes. Did I say Harvey Barnes already? Fixtures are bad for Newcastle, but Mitoma, March, Mbeumo, Eze are all pretty close. Everyone has their own opinions. Mine is that Mbeumo's the best, then probably Mitoma because of the opening fixtures, and then Eze is probably a slightly better long-term pick. I'm not too concerned about Solly. I think Solly March would be fine as well. I think he's first choice. And these Kudus rumours, I haven't seen him now. You know, since it came out, we haven't really seen much more. But obviously, they've got a lot of players that can play in these positions. Also, one thing to note on Mitoma is, I mean, I think De Zerbi mentioned a lot of players' names, but he did mention the guy that plays on the left. I can't remember. Hang on, let me see. Is it Adringa? Adingra, I think is how you pronounce it. He actually kind of name-checked him today as like a player they've got that's a really good option. So I think that's why I prefer Mbeumo, because I think he's got a great chance of playing 80 to 90 minutes most games, whereas I think for Mitoma, he could easily come off. I don't think Mudryk is necessarily completely nailed on, to be honest with you. Especially not long-term, right? They could play Sterling left, Maduaki right. How long is he out for? Hasn't Matson, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, hasn't he played really well during pre-season and can play left wing? So, and then Sterling could play right. So I don't know if Mudryk's completely nailed on. Not enough where I think he's a better option than the rest anyway. Not for that price. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to give it a like. Hit that subscribe button. Someone said to me earlier we're going to hit 360k. I think we can easily hit 360k on this stream. I think if you really want to push it, let's go for 375k. But let's hit 360 first. We're on 356845. So 360 is going to be the aim for this stream. Oh my god, I've missed loads of questions. Chelsea fan here. Matson definitely won't start winger. But hasn't he played there a lot during pre-season, done well? Obviously show us the players, your creep. I think you mean you creep. Goodbye. 11k watching already. Yes, much appreciated. Base, new member, thank you very much. Xerxes, Trossard and Jota as 2 differentials. I'd probably go... I feel like I'm more confident in Jota's minutes right now if you're going to go for one of the two. You know Turner has been sold. Yes, that's why I have him. It's not in Nottingham Forest. Why no Salah? Do you think it's an easy choice? No, I don't think it's an easy choice. It's just too much money for someone I'm not going to captain that often. Alvarez punt. He's played back-to-back 90 minutes. Back for another year. I don't hate it. Hashtag I don't hate it. I don't hate... Well, I do hate it a little bit. I think he'll probably start against Burnley, but we'll probably just get the team used to know. I honestly think it would be... I think it'd be more interesting if the Man City match was on Sunday and we didn't have any leaks, because people would be going for Foden, for Alvarez, for Diaz, for Stones, etc. And one of them is probably going to miss out. I feel like the Community Shield and the team leaks is going to get people off Man City players, and that's worse for those of us that don't want to go with them in the first place. I mean, they could absolutely smash it, right? They're good enough, but I don't know. I kind of wish we didn't have the leaks for it. I know what people are going to say. Well, don't leak it, but if they're out there, right? So I might as well talk about them. It's not like if I don't mention it, no one's going to know. I think an 8 million Liverpool asset will emerge as crucial, so no Salah for me. I'm not sure about crucial, but maybe. Thoughts on Havertz? I quite like him. The fact that he's cheaper than the other Arsenal midfielders that would start, happy days. But he's not always going to play as a number 9 necessarily, so I probably wouldn't do it. Why didn't we get a member stream yesterday? We did. Yeah, we did. I did it at 5 o'clock UK time. Why Archer? Because there's rumours he's going to go to a Premier League club, so hopefully he'll get some minutes. If he doesn't, he might go to a Championship club, in which case he'd be price locked. Worst case is he stays at Villa and I've locked a Villa spot. I don't know. It might be that nothing happens. Archer was someone that a lot of people had last year and just didn't do anything, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't think it's a huge concern going for him. I mean, Mubama's the other one, or maybe Osula at Sheffield United possibly could do well. Jeez, my channel's had 1 million views in the last 48 hours. That is absolutely mental. I think he would be price locked if he goes to the Championship, because he'd be sold or loaned, right? So wouldn't he just be like Sims, etc.? He'd be removed from the game. Loving the new background. Thank you very much. I decided to go with light theme. I could go for a darker theme at some point. Maybe I'll do a bit of a... I did say right at the start of pre-season I'd do a poll for you to decide, and I didn't do it, but... You've got Edison, haven't you? No. How are the nerves? The nerves are fine, but if I'm honest with you, that's because we're still an hour and a half out, and I couldn't... If I didn't have my team up on the other screen, I'm not sure I could tell you exactly who those picks are, because I can't remember who I've left in there. What's your thoughts on McAllister or a better 6 million mid? I just spend 6.5, I think. I think there's lots of good 6.5 midfielders. Pick a player from Liverpool, not Salah or Trent. Would you pick that player or Maddison? I'd pick Maddison for minutes. I mean, if I had to pick one, I think I'd pick Gakpo, because I think he'll either play number 9 or he'll play number 8. And obviously his attacking potential is not going to be as good from the number 8 position, but at least his minutes are good. But yeah, I probably just wouldn't pick any of them over Maddison. Nikhil, going fairly template with money in the bank to do João Pedro to Jackson or Mbermo to Richarlison in Game Week 3 makes sense. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I think you'd be a bit unlucky if João Pedro misses one of the first 2 games. Again, though, I keep going back to that word. Would it be shocking if João Pedro missed one of the games? I think no. I don't think you can own João Pedro and then be upset if he misses out. But I think it's perfectly reasonable to be hopeful that he'll start both games. Does that make sense? Like, if I had to bet money, I'd say he starts the first 2 or 3 games. But I don't think you can be annoyed if he doesn't, because they got so many options. Right? Like, I think if you had Watkins and he missed one of the first 3 games because someone else started ahead of him, that would be annoying, and rightly so. Probably not with João Pedro. But again, like Richarlison, I think João Pedro will start. Travelling to the United game from Dublin, so morally have to captain Bruno. Enjoy it. Long trip. Longest trip. Longest trip. Pranav, thank you very much. 11 months member. Matoma or Diaby? I'm going to say Matoma. The fact you got João Pedro wouldn't really change my decision, to be honest. If you knew Foden would start the next 6 game weeks, you pick him or Maddison? I'd pick Foden, because I think the fixtures are better. Is Richarlison a good option now Kane is gone? He's definitely better. His minutes are going to go up. He should play number 9. He might get penalties. He's a midfielder. Absolutely, he's a good pick. Whether or not there's any need to rush him in game week 1, I don't know. Like, a lot of us have got Bruno, Martinelli, Havertz, whoever it might be in midfield. If it's a case where you really need Richarlison, you can easily get to him. And I just think I'd rather see how they do against Brentford away, Man United at home. Like, there's lots of excitement around Spurs, rightly so. But I still don't know if I'm not sat here like worrying about not having Richarlison. I know Praz on Twitter yesterday said when you get to tomorrow and you know Richarlison's fit, you're going to have fear of missing out. But I'm honestly not. I'm honestly not. The only players I'm really still unsure about is my goalkeeper, my bench options, and my striker, Watkins versus Jackson. But that's only because I don't know whether to start with Reece James. Colwill versus Udogie. I think if Colwill keeps his place, he's probably better. I think I would back Chelsea defence over Spurs, especially if they get Caicedo, which I think they will, although it's not guaranteed. There is a chance that Udogie is very attacking, though, and he does cover some of the difficult fixtures for the players that we've got in our, like, the main defenders that we're going to play the first 3 weeks. And I think Udogie's minutes will probably be better. I don't think he's going to miss too many games. Although, again, it is possible. I can't sit here and rule that out completely. I'll say Udogie right now, but there's part of me that wants to just punt on Colwill and hope he keeps his place. Because the fixtures are just that good for Chelsea. From like game week 2, 3 onwards. Hang on a second. Let me see here. Can't wait to reveal James Ward-Prowse. No chance. You got the complete template team. What do I think? I think amazing. Enjoy it. Enjoy that templatiness. But Colwill kind of blocks other Chelsea spots for the... Yeah, true. The only thing I was thinking about for that is the main Chelsea players I would probably want are Chilwell, James and Jackson. Maybe Sterling. Maybe Sanchez. But really, it's probably going to be those two. So the only real issue is if, I don't know, like, let's say one of your other defenders got injured, like Gabriel or Estupiñán, and you wanted to bring James in for them, and you also wanted Jackson, obviously you'd have to deal with Colwill. I don't know. I agree. I do agree with you. It is something to think about. I just wonder if basically what I'm trying to say is if you wanted to keep the rest of them, you got $1 million, you can just upgrade Colwill to James, and then obviously it doesn't matter. But it is something to think about. Whereas I don't think I'd be tripping up on Spurs. And even if I do, it's probably one defender, Maddison and Richarlison. I'm probably not going to go defender, Richarlison, Maddison and Son anytime soon. So it's a good point. It's something to think about. James in for Estupiñán game week 3 seems quite good. Yeah, no, I've thought about that as well. A lot of people got me thinking about it. You got me thinking about it more and more. Matoma or Diaby? Oh yeah, I've done that one. I have bench boost, Haaland, Stones, De Bruyne, Onana. Should I change and not have 3 City players? I'm going to be honest, right? I know James and Ben, I don't know if James is going through a bench boost. I didn't listen to his podcast today. I agree with him though. If you've not really given it too much thought, I wouldn't bench boost now. I also wouldn't bench boost for City players unless we get leaks they're starting. Is Ashley Young being overlooked? Yes, but for pretty good reason, I reckon. Eze or Matoma, if you have João Pedro, you just pick who's better out of Eze or Matoma. I would probably go Matoma short term. Richarlison, a good option. We did that one. Roast me. Ortega Turner. That's way too risky unless you know Ortega's definitely starting already, which would be very interesting. Here's the question. If Ortega does start, let me know in the chat, right? If Ortega starts, do you replace your main keeper and go with Ortega Turner for 8 million, which does unlock some interesting things, or do you just swap Turner for Ortega just in case he doesn't keep starting, and then you just keep your 4.5 for backup? Because if Ortega's starting week in, week out 4 million, you just start him every week as a Man City keeper. I think I would replace Turner. Has your team changed anything from your team? Has your team changed anything from the team in your newsletter? I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and check. 100% swap with Turner. The thing is, right, if you swap him with your main goalkeeper, like I don't know about I know we always want an extra 0.5, but I could keep Watkins, I could have Reece James on the bench, and keep the rest of my squad just by doing the goalkeeper all the way down to Ortega and going for the double up. I'd be tempted to risk that. I really would. Because, right, and here's the thing. Let's say we know Ortega's starting game week 1. Happy days. I'm definitely going to play him. Game week 2, Turner has Sheffield United at home. So even if Ortega doesn't play against Newcastle at home, I would get Turner anyway. And then I could roll a transfer, and by game week 3, I could fix it. Now, obviously, I don't want to make a goalkeeper transfer. But the other flip side of that is, well, Ortega keeps starting, and I've only spent 8 million on goalkeepers, and I've got extra 0.5 million over everyone else. So I would be tempted to do it. And also, if Dean Henderson's not going to join Nottingham Forest, Turner's almost certainly going to keep his place. By the way, no, Edison's not been confirmed not playing, and I don't think it's going to happen, but it's possible, right? It's possible. A lot of people have been talking about it. Roast me, Ortega, Turner. Yeah, I wouldn't do that without... I wondered how I got onto that. Yeah. Chilwell, Gabriel, Cash. I think Cash is alright. I think there could be the odd game he misses. 4 million, 4 million. Salah, Saka, Rashford, Martinelli, Richarlison, Haaland, Pedro, 4.5. Going balls deep. Like it. I probably wouldn't go for that goalkeeper combination unless we know Ortega's starting, though. Odegaard or Martinelli. I think if you've got enough money, Odegaard, but I think Martinelli's perfectly reasonable to have instead for that extra 0.5. As an Arsenal fan, I reckon Havertz starts as the 8, Trossard up front. In the more difficult games, Partey will come in for one of them. I don't know, but yeah, I think Havertz could absolutely start as an 8, for sure. I'm not going to go for him. FPL Harry said he was 4th in the world over the last 3 years, so I thought I'd check where I am. 9th. Very nice. I'm definitely not 9th. Yeah, Harry's had some amazing seasons the last few years. Absolutely top manager. Aiming for top 10k again, going to be tough. Yeah, it's getting harder, isn't it? But you never know. I mean, had I captain... I mean, I know you can just say this about every single move you do all season, but had I just gone with everyone else and captain Haaland instead of Salah early on, I probably would have finished top 10k last year, and that would have been my 3rd in a row. So that does kind of haunt me a little bit. Youssef, thank you very much. Takashi, thank you for becoming a new member. I think you just upgraded. Pokeball, new member, thank you very much. Mark L, thank you. Steve, best 4.5 million defender. Udoji, Colwill, Botman, Brentford defender, if you're going to have to play them a lot early on. I would say I don't really have an opinion on the best 4.5, if I'm honest. It's just like you need to look at when you're going to play them. If you're going to play them regularly in a rotation early on, I'd go Brentford probably. If you're going to wait until later on when you need them, like game week 5 onwards, then it could be Botman, one of the strongest defences in the league. I quite like Udoji because he could be attacking. And then you've got Colwill, who for Chelsea might be great if they can, defensively be better than last year. But will he keep his place? Will they be that good? It's hard to know. I got my instinct with Colwill is that he will keep his place because I think he is that good. And most managers don't rotate centre backs that often. So I have a feeling that Colwill will just perform well early on and just keep that spot. You don't win FPL to just captain Haaland. You have to take some risks. Look at what Ali Guns did, captain someone else in 18 weeks. Yeah, sure, but it doesn't mean he's going to win again, right? I get it, and if the time is right, you don't captain Haaland, but the time feels right now. And also, just because something worked last year doesn't mean it's going to work this year. Like, if you want to not captain Haaland, then next week's the time. Go for Salah. Chris, 11-month member, thank you very much. Watkins and 4.5, or João Pedro and Jackson. I think it's got... If you're playing them all the time, it's got to be João Pedro and Jackson. Watkins and Matoma, or Foden and Jackson. Watkins and Matoma. Nikhil, Reece and... Who was that? Reece and Chilwell double up from game week 3, too risky. I don't think so. The fixtures are great. I mean, the risk is they both get injured in the same game week, which could happen. Will there be early team news? Hopefully. Do I know exactly when we're going to get it? No. Closer to the deadline, I guess. I feel like I'm going to back the wrong... I think I'm going to back the wrong 4.5. So no Salah. If Salah is one of the reveals, the others have to be minimum price. Richarlison and Burmo, Watkins, or Martinelli, Matoma, Jackson. I'd probably want the Arsenal midfielder, so I'd go that one, I would say. Obviously, the point that Alex made earlier is Colwill might block a Chelsea spot, and there's obviously loads of you that don't want to triple up on Chelsea right now, but it could, like, if Chelsea smash it in game weeks 1 and 2, the bandwagon for them from game week 3 onwards will be massive. Massive. Good luck this year. The streams where you're nervous are always petrifying. Goal for Vardy, please. Let's see what happens. I'm feeling pretty calm right now. It's really just goalkeeper. It's just Watkins or Jackson. I kind of want Reece James, but the thing is, if I go Reece James on the bench, it means I've got to start with Jackson. That means I'm tripled up on Chelsea straight away. That feels a little bit scary. If you're going to hide part of your team, why not conceal the whole midfield to make it more interesting? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could do, but I've talked about them so much. I think it's pretty obvious I'm going to start with them. Most of the players that are covered are just ones I'm not 100% sure about. Pedro or upgrade cash to Stones. I'm not really sure what you mean, but I mean, João Pedro, I guess, for the fixtures. If Bernardo Silva's going to start tonight, would you add him in or play Foden? I mean, I'd rather go for Foden if they're both starting. If Bernardo starts, do you prefer to go with him as the 6.5? Honestly, I've got no interest in Bernardo Silva. I think he's one of the worst. I think he might be the worst 6.5 million midfielder. He'd probably score a hat-trick tonight, but I think he's the worst. Will I own a Harry Maguire bullet header this year at West Ham? I'd love to have him in. I'd love to have him in at some point. The 3 tiers for membership. The first one just gets you like all the badges and stuff next to your name. The second one gets you the members streams and the Discord channel. The one above that is nothing extra. It's just if you want to support higher. So if you obviously don't do that, just go for the middle one. I should probably just delete that one, to be honest. Mbermo is interesting. Not massively selected, but a lot of FPL channels are going for him. Yeah, I mean, that always happens. I mean, look at Trippier's ownership. It's huge. It's absolutely massive. Like, Trippier's ownership right now is 33.6%. That's come down about 1.4% from the other day. Owen, thank you very much. David, thank you very much. Owen again. Thoughts on Stones and Nicholas Jackson as picks? If they both play good minutes, I think they're good picks, basically. I think you can make an argument that Chilwell and James might be better than Stones for attacking potential, minutes and stuff like that. But, I mean, I was going to say that Stones is less injury prone than James and Chilwell. And he probably is to a certain extent, but maybe not by too much. Captaincy poll, please. Saka captain here. Just want to see what the pain could be. Matthew H, 12 months member. I'm telling you now, the pain is going to be absolutely mad. But yes, captain poll sounds good. Haaland, I think Haaland, Saka and Rashford are probably the main 3. So I'll just put that and then someone else. I love this keyboard, by the way. I got a new mechanical keyboard today. It's so nice to type on. What's your thinking on Son Heung-min? Fixture's good to start the season, a new offensive manager. I don't think he's worth it over Rashford or Fernandes or Saka or Odegaard or Martinelli straight away. Maybe later on. Can you give a shout out to Sausage the Dog and Livy Spuds? There you go, shout out. Does the Caicedo news make Trent a better option? It would if he was going to Liverpool, but apparently he's not going to Liverpool now. Revealing after the deadline, respect. Good luck for the new season. Thank you very much. Invite me for video if I finish top 100. We'll see. Only if you're good on video. I think, by the way, a lot of the time, a lot of the reason content creators go for other content creators is because they're already comfortable on camera. And obviously, if you just pick someone you don't know or you haven't seen before, there's always a worry. That's the only thing. I'm not saying I'm about to invite you all on. I mean, that would be 13,722 videos. It'd be a lot. But that's why you often see like certain people always being on certain stuff. Jackson Diaby, 4 million defender, or João Pedro Martinelli in a 4.5. Ooh, I think I'd go João Pedro Martinelli, to be honest with you. Just have a plan. I think for anyone going João Pedro, have a rough plan about what you're going to do with him if things go bad. Isak or Watkins? Nick, 7 months member, thank you very much. Definitely Watkins. I'm not really interested in Isak and Wilson, I don't think. I mean, I guess there is a chance that Isak could start on the left, Wilson through the middle, but I think it's just going to be one or the other. And I think it will be Isak for what it's worth, but I don't think the fixtures are good enough straight away. Best 4.5 million defender by far is Patterson. Thank me later. Hardly been talked about at all. Everyone talking about Tarkowski, not Patterson. Yeah, it could be alright. If you're going to high party team, why not consider... Oh, yeah, done that one. All the best, Andy, king of FPL. I have nothing but respect for you. Let's do it this season. Top 1K. Hang on a minute. Just a minute ago, you were getting invited on a video for top 100. Now you're top 1K. Good luck either way. Either of those would be amazing. I've never finished top 1K. You should really just don't even watch, right? I'm sure you can go and find someone else to watch and say, I've never been top 1K. I have been top 1K at one point. I've never been there at the end of the season. Although it does seem like everyone is just putting their highest rank they've ever had during the season on like banners and stuff. So maybe I should do the same. I was once 300th or something in the world. I just never got to actually stay there, unfortunately. Do 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 do. Good luck for the season. Stones and João Pedro. Good luck for the season. Stones and João Pedro. Chilwell bench, or Udogie bench and Jackson field Chilwell. Probably the latter, I think. Why has the match been pushed back an hour? I'm not sure what match you mean. Rico, Henry or Botman. I think if you're going to play them a lot early on, I'd go Henry. If you're going to not need them until later on, I'd go Botman. Kevin Whitman, new member, thank you very much. Bass, Richarlison and Pedro or João... Oh, sorry. Richarlison and João Pedro or Jackson and Matoma. I think Jackson and Matoma. As a United fan, do you think Garnacho will start as a punt? Yes. But how many games he starts after that? Who knows? Gone for Salah, so hoping Garnacho will play the first couple. I think there's a good chance that happens. What Man City players, if they are late to start, would lead to a change in your team? Ortega. Honestly, I think that's the only one. And Haaland not starting. Now that would be interesting. What the hell would you do then? I guess you bank the money and start with Salah, and just have Salah for Bournemouth, then switch back in game week 3. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying a lot of people do that, and I'm wondering whether maybe I should do that as well, because being 1,200 finish does not sound quite as good as, you know, top 500 or whatever. I guess it gets more people through the door, but I can't be bothered to start doing that. Salah and João Pedro and Baldock. Or Martinelli and Watkins. Plus, by the way, being number 1 is much cooler than being like 300 and whatever it was. I don't even know what it was. Salah and João Pedro and Baldock or Martinelli and Watkins and Chilwell. I think Martinelli, Watkins and Chilwell, to be honest. Zoidberg 3000, thank you very much. What a great name. Nick Eatwell. Isaac Wilson or Watkins. Jeffrey, new member, thank you very much. Bergs. In percentage, how possible would Areola be to start? I would say quite low. I think it will probably be Fabianski, but we don't really know, so there's a risk either way. Just say, yeah, just put myself down as the FPL. Put myself down as the FPL champion. Who's gonna know anyway? Apart from everybody that's been watching for freaking ages. Madison is going to be penalty taker when Kane leaves. Possibly, could be Richarlison as well. We just don't know. Good luck for the season. Stones and João Pedro, Chilwell. Oh, I did that one. Yeah, Watkins and Rashford or Salah and João Pedro. Watkins and Rashford. Chris, thank you. Harsha, how is the midfield of Saka and Bruno and Madison and Foden and Diaby? Any changes needed? I mean, I'd be wary about Foden whether he starts or not. All the other players should be fine in terms of minutes. Decent enough picks. Ezier and Burmo, then bench one of them, João Pedro or Alvarez. I'd probably go in Burmo. Yeah. Fixtures are really good after this week. Chilwell and Burmo, Bruno Fernandes. Chilwell and Jackson, or Trent, Richarlison, Matoma, Wissa. Chilwell and Burmo, Fernandes and Jackson. But it's closer to my team, so I'm always going to pick that one. It's a real panic minutes before the deadline. We've still got an hour and 11 minutes to panic about it. I really should think about my team. Do I go for Jackson or... Do you know what, actually? Hang on a second. Okay, so the poll is, as you can imagine, Haaland 83%, Saka 9%, Rashford 4%, somebody else 4% as well. I'm going to do another poll. Best combo. Okay, let's do another poll. It's so satisfying, this keyboard. Can we all just agree to start the game now? Yeah, maybe we should. It'd be better for it. Be better for the nerves. Thoughts on Cunha at 5.5 with minutes and penalties. Plays for Wolves though, doesn't he? I worry about the players around him. I think I'd rather punt on João Pedro early doors, and then go from there. Oh my day. Someone just... Hang on. Flapjack has tweeted Rico Lewis starts tonight. So who's not starting then? A Kanji or John Stones? Someone like that? I knew we'd get leaks that would be annoying for FPL. People are going to buy minutes risks and get away with it because they'll be able to take them out. Why Archer? Because there's hope that he might move to a Premier League club and then get minutes. If he goes to somewhere like Sheffield United, could definitely get minutes. My team, Johnston, Gabriel, Stones, Echepinian, Martinez, Saka, Matoma, Fernandes, Rashford, Haaland, Watkins, Turner, Osula, Baldock, Kabori, 1 million in the bank. Good, yes? I'm torn between Maddison or Martinelli. What do you think? Martinelli? I think I would just back those first 3 fixtures for Arsenal. Also, look, I don't want Martinelli not to start. Of course I want him to play. But if he doesn't start, that's such an easy downgrade. There are so many midfielders that I could go for. Or, if I start with Jackson, I could always shift Martinelli to Watkins up front and go 3-4-3, right? There's loads of different ways. OBS just said it just disconnected, but it's come back now. So I don't know if it did it for you. Getting Fury missing out on Salah. I'm not really. I don't think. Maybe I will soon. So now we know who your 5th midfielder is. Yeah, like I said, I'm not hiding it to try and be like, super cryptic, you'll never guess. Obviously, I've spoken about Martinelli a lot. I like him. It's just like, if I decide that I need money for a different move and I want to downgrade him, I want to do it without like getting moaned at that I had a player and then I got rid of him. AZ just became a member. Thank you very much. I bet you're a better person than the other Az, aren't you? Shout out to Az. Voice keeps shutting out. Okay. Well, the mic's not a problem, I don't think. I think it might be... Oh, come on, I can't have internet issues now. The mic should be fine. Yeah, I think it might be a YouTube thing, maybe. Well, how about now? It isn't, okay. I mean, my stream shows that it's fine. YouTube also says that it's fine. So I don't know. Mic is fine. Car stream, let's go. No. I'd reset the stream, like refresh the stream if it's not working for you. It's because OBS, which is the program you use to stream, it disconnected then reconnected, so that's probably why. So just refresh the stream, it should be good. Your take on Trent, good. Rather not have him, I don't think. Get an XLR mic, USB. Yeah, but XLR mics add a lot of extra things that can go wrong. I think this mic is perfectly fine, to be honest. That new mechanical keyboard, the sound of your demonic typing speed is something to look forward to this season. Yeah, it's quite funny because I thought to myself, you know what, I'll try and, up the production quality of the stream and I won't have, massive keyboard sounds. And I got rid of them for one stream. Then everyone was like, yeah, you need to bring the keyboard stream back. I would go for Henry over Pinnock, yeah, I would. I think there is a chance at some point Nathan Collins comes in. I'm torn between Pickford and Bruno or Onana and Martinelli. Pickford and Bruno, I think. Onana, Trent, James, Eshapini, Rashford, Saka, Foden, Madison, Matoma, Haaland, Jackson, Turner, Baldock, Kabori, Archer. Any thoughts? Looks good. All solid players apart from maybe Foden. Let's see later. I mean, Foden's the safer pick, but later on we might find out that Foden's starting. How many viewers do I think I'll have 20 minutes before the deadline? I don't know. We're on 14,500 now, so maybe 14,600, something like that. Make sure you give the stream a like, by the way. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. It'll be very cool to hit through 360k before this stream is up. We still need another 2,900. I'm just going to see if I've got any messages. Yeah, no messages from Pep Guardiola, which is a bit annoying. But it is what it is. Odegaard and a 4.5 million goalkeeper, or Martinelli and Onana. I'd probably go 4.5. Pickford or Flecken, probably. Az is locked, I think. Is it AZ or is it Az? Odegaard, Onana, Stones, Gabriel, Estepinian, Saka, Martinelli, Matoma, Bruno, Rashford, Haaland, Jackson. Oh, I did that one already, didn't I? Exactly the same. Favourite 4.5 million defender? I'll say Udozi right now, but It could absolutely change. Maybe Henry if you want to play them early. Emmanuel, thank you very much. Jota or Sterling, thoughts on who's the better pick? If he gets minutes, it's definitely Jota, but I think I would take the extra million and go Sterling with the fixtures they've got. Man City could play a weekend team as Super Cup on Wednesday. Maybe, but I think they'd rather get 3 points than win the Super Cup, right? We've got an hour till the deadline, so team news will start coming in probably in the next half an hour or so. Team news and Tix might send some stuff out as well. Probably with the video attached, as he does. I transferred out Martinelli for Richarlison. Pray for me. Good luck. Good luck. What are these stones? Well, I saw Flapjack tweeted that Rico Lewis starts. He loves Rico Lewis. I don't know if he's joking or not. I feel like he wouldn't joke about that, but I'm not completely sure. Rico Lewis is only 4.5 million. Hello. Hello. Guys, if the stream's cutting out, refresh your stream. There's nothing wrong my end from what I can see. Could be wrong, but from what I can see, there's nothing, not an issue. By the way, my face is very dark, isn't it? It's because I got the window open. It's shining proper on me. AZ initials. Okay, gotcha. Salah, João Pedro, or Rashford Watkins. Rashford Watkins. I prefer Johnson at goalkeeper. Crystal Palace has better underlying defensive stats once Roy returned. Yeah, nothing wrong with that pick whatsoever. Thoughts on Richarlison versus Maddison? I'd probably go Maddison, I think. I think he needs to bench Chilwell. Yeah, exactly. I don't really want to do that. Thoughts on is Clivert worth a shout? I don't think he's worth spending a midfield slot on, to be honest. Any bets on what time the server crashes? No. Hopefully it doesn't crash. It would need something big to crash. Super skills, thank you very much. It's absolutely boiling with that sun just blaring in. Okay, so yeah, I think the Rico Lewis news is probably legit. Like I think Flapjack's got. Yeah, I think it's probably legit from what he's saying. So who's missing out though? Stones maybe, a Kanji, Udoji, Onana, Odegaard, or James Pickford, Martinelli. Probably. James Pickford Martinelli, I think. Thoughts on Edison in goal? He's alright, but I probably wouldn't go there. I think you can get better options for cheaper. Haaland, Bruno, Saka, captain, and start João Pedro or Jackson. If you're only going to start one, you probably start João Pedro. What a bench you've got already, though. Trossard or Maddison? I'd probably go Maddison. I've been so settled all day, and now Rico Sodden Lewis has me rattled. The joys of FPL. The joys of FPL. Last thing we need is for Haaland to be ruled out or something crazy like that. That would throw things. That would be nuts, basically. Salah has had 200 plus points for the last 6 seasons. You can't bet against him. You watch me. Gabriel Martinelli or White and Maddison? Gabriel Martinelli, I think. If you think the deadline reveals are doing anything positive for your followers, you're mistaken. You'll only lose people. Lucian, you're incorrect. If only I had like 5 years of experience of what gains followers on FPL YouTube. You won't go with the guy that got over 300 points. I mean, he got 300 points like 7 seasons ago, right? By the way, Salah is very good. Salah will score lots of goals. Salah will score lots of points. I don't think he's a bad option. I'm just not going to go for him. Get back on the Salah train. Maybe I will. Maybe it's a suspense thing. Maybe it's 6:28. I'm going to go on him. Onana and Martinelli or Pickford and Odegaard. Onana and Martinelli. Eshpina and Eze or Bruno and Colwill. Oh, that's tough. Probably Eshpina and Eze, I think. I have to clear my throat a sec. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. People will regret not going Salah. Look, if you're going to not go with him, you've got to commit to not having him game week 2. Simple as that. Unless you're going to leave yourself with a good way to get him in, I just don't see why you would do it, to be honest. By the way, if people are saying you're still muted, I can literally see my mic going up and down. If Stones is bench, you'll probably know anyway, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. I do need to change. I need to put a different playlist on. Yeah, can you hear me humming Phoenix still after an hour and 10 minutes of listening to it? So annoying. Oh wow, I've just seen FPL. Hang on. Oh, I've just seen someone... FPL Seagull. Pedro was our standout player in pre-season. The number 10 shadow striker role really suits him. There will always be a minutes risk, especially once Europa starts. Was a little worried about the threat from Lallana, but he seems to have a knock, which increases João's minutes. Oh, wow. I mean, Enciso could still play there, I guess, but I think João Pedro is going to be first choice, isn't he? Oh, I don't want to start thinking about João Pedro. I don't know what I would do with the money. That is interesting, though. So I don't think I'm going to go. I don't know. They're Luton at home first game. It's so tempting to go, especially when he's on penalties. I've got to remember that. He's not just a good option. He's also on penalties. Intriguing. Why Chilwell instead of Stones? I just think from game week 2 onwards, I'd rather have that more attacking defender. John Stones could be great. Lewis starting, does that mean Stones bench? I mean, it could be, but I don't know is the honest answer. By the way, on the poll that I put out, we've had 7,000 votes. Watkins and a 4.5 million defender has won over Nicholas Jackson and Reece James. Quite convincingly as well. Which is a bit disappointing, but I kind of wanted Jackson and James to win, which kind of tells me where I'd prefer to go. So maybe I should just go that way anyway. Maybe that's the way to do it. Why not João Pedro and Watkins? I don't think I want to play 3-4-3 or have João Pedro on the bench or anything. I think I'd rather have like Reece James and just have the normal 7 attackers or whatever. Ben Gab, new member, thank you very much. Andy, I'm not sure why I'm blocked from Twitter/X. Always been a fan of yours, don't know what happened. I don't know either, but I would need to check with your Twitter handle. Rashford, Wissa, 0.5 in the bank, called Bruno Jackson, nothing. Probably Bruno Jackson. Super skills, 4-4-2. Onana, Eshpina, Gabriel Stones, Rico Henry, Rashford, Salah, Saka, Odegaard, Haaland, João Pedro, Ariola, Chukwuemeka, Bulldog, Scarlett. Looks pretty good if you want to fit Salah in. The only team news we've seen so far is Rico Lewis starts. So that seems to be interesting. Why would Stones miss out? Well, Rico Lewis could start right back or left back and go into midfield, right? Which is where you usually expect John Stones to play. So there's that. There's that. Update that. How likely is Mubama to start? I think there's a chance, but definitely not a guarantee. Definitely not a guarantee. I don't know if there's like a percentage that I could really put on it. 28th of May tweet. I'm not sure what you mean. I have the same team as you, roughly, but in your spots I have Salah, Pedro, and Onana. What are your opinions? If you want to go for Salah, happy days. Yeah, less than 10%. It's probably fair for Mubama starting. I can't deal with the no Liverpool option. It's eating me up inside. You just gotta kind of make your bed and deal with it, I guess. Please recommend a Man City midfielder. Whichever one is going to start later. I don't know who that is. Maybe none of them. Less than an hour until the deadline. I've got a... Okay. Do I want to start with 0.5 million in the bank? That's my goalkeeper decision right now. Do I want to start with 0.5 million in the bank? I don't know if I do. I have a feeling if I start with a 4.5 million defender, I'm just going to really wish that I had Botman. I think people have got me worried that he could fall in price straight away. Because after this week, he's got really bad fixtures, and he's so highly owned. He's still 19.7% owned. You'll take that 0.5 out the keeper before long. I don't think I will. I really think that at some point Martinelli's going to be downgraded. No, I think Flapjack put out a new tweet. He might have just retweeted an old one, but I messaged him anyway. Yeah, it was a new tweet 25 minutes ago. I messaged him and he said he's pretty sure it's correct. I think Mubama played a part in every single preseason friendly, but yeah, it doesn't mean he's definitely going to start. Ezir and Burmo, I'm going for Burmo. And Burmo and 1.5 million on Madison plus 0.5. I think I'd rather start with Burmo than Madison, to be honest with you. Any £5 million defenders other than Estepinian and Gabriel? I guess like Saliba at Arsenal. There's not a huge amount of other good options. So I think if you go Newcastle, you just go Botman. Moreno's injured. I know, it's tricky. Yeah, with Botman, you could start playing him from like game week 5 onwards, and you could pretty much play him most weeks up until Arsenal at home. I really don't know, but Udoji could be more exciting. I don't want to choose 4.5 million defenders. I really don't. It's like, you know, worst kind of position to have to worry about. Same with goalkeepers. Like that's why I've left it to the last minute, because ultimately I don't want to think about bloody goalkeepers. Pau Torres I'm not that interested in. I just worry there might be a little bit of rotation for Aston Villa. My assumption would be that Pau Torres will be absolutely nailed on, but I guess I'm not confident enough straight away. Nicholas Jackson or Julian Alvarez? Probably Jackson. Who would you play, João Pedro or Mitoma? I'd probably play the guy with penalties, to be honest. So I'd probably go João Pedro, I think. I think if you've got João Pedro, it is hard to bench penalty takers, generally. Maddison or Son in a 3. I think I'd take Maddison and 1.5 over Son, to be honest with you. Nothing so far. Andreas, thank you very much for signing up and becoming a member. Pickford or Onana? I think without the 0.5 to worry about, Onana is better. Start Pickford, very good starting games too, 4.5. Yeah, agree. Keshav, I have 1.5 in the bank. I can demote Stones 0.5 or Estepinian 5 to promote Eze 6.5 to Bruno. Should and own who? I think I'd probably just keep Eze in that case and just keep your good defenders. Depends how much you got to downgrade them by, right? Yeah, Udoji could be decent. I'm kind of a bit torn between who's the best 4.5. I think it's possibly Carwell if he keeps his place, because I would back Chelsea defence to be pretty decent. Who knows? Maybe Spurs will be good. And he definitely has João Pedro and Salah. I definitely don't. Breza, thank you very much. By the way, if you are enjoying the stream, please do keep hitting that like button. If you are new around here, hit that subscribe button. Would love to hit 360k today. I don't think it will happen, but it could do if enough of you hit that button. Geez, 1.1 million views last 48 hours. Crazy. Salah, João Pedro or Watkins, Rashford? Watkins, Rashford. I've answered that one quite a lot, I think, at this point. I mean, over the first couple of weeks, Salah and João Pedro could absolutely win out. It's definitely possible. But I think the safer option is the other way. Oh yeah, I did that one just then. Yeah, 4.5 million defense. Who else is even on the list? Yeah, a lot of people like Aston Villa defenders. I'm not so keen. I don't know. Botman just feels so boring, but there's so many times where you go against the... I mean, it's only a 4.5 million defender. How exciting can they be? But I feel like sometimes you go against the boring pick and they end up being the one you should have gone for. Was I just humming Wenger boys? No comment. No comment. Tommy Davis, thank you very much. Sushil, Flecken, nice. Areola, I would go Turner instead of Areola. Gabriel, Estupini and Chilwell, Bell, Baldock, Saka, Eze, Salah, Rashford, Madison, Haaland, João Pedro, Mubama. Uneasy going in without any spare change. I think you're good. I think at the end of the day, if you need money, you sell Salah, right? You should be right. Have I thought about Harvey Barnes? Not really. I don't like the Newcastle fixtures, to be honest. Between Richarlison, Eze, and Burmo and Matoma, which two would you pick? In Burmo and Matoma, probably. Salah, Carwell, Mings, or Pedro, Trent, Odegaard, or Watkins, James, Odegaard. Probably Watkins, James, Odegaard. Which 4.5 goalkeeper? I say Pickford or Flecken. I don't know. Pickford. No Onana. The United defence was Shaw instead of Chilwell. Shaw is probably better for game week 1, but I think after that, Chilwell is probably better than Shaw. What am I looking at here? Would you consider João Pedro, Jackson, and Odegaard in your team? Rotation, by the way. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. There's nothing wrong with having a strong bench, but I'd prefer to probably spend that money in my 11 a bit more. Like, as in, I wouldn't have João Pedro on the bench rotating. I would just remove one of those players for a cheaper option and just put more money in your 11. Any news on Man City team tonight? Yeah, there will be, yeah, I'm sure, but not yet. It usually comes much closer to the deadline. The earliest you're probably going to get it is about 6 o'clock. I think it'd be better if we didn't get any, for what it's worth. I haven't got any Man City players apart from Haaland, so I would love for there to be no team news. Fantasy Football Hub is down. I mean, maybe it's just there's probably just a huge amount of traffic, I guess. Yeah, I'd say they're just getting smashed with traffic. Keep trying if you want to get in there. Yeah, it looks like it's down right now. I haven't seen them say anything. It's probably just a traffic thing. They're probably just getting inundated with people. The Andy Fraser's drinking game. No, don't do that because you'll be too hammered. I really don't know between Onana or Flecken. I think generally Onana is better than the 4.5s unless you can spend that 0.5. And even if you can't spend it, it might be useful later on. That's the only thing to think about. Again, there's not really a right or wrong. Oh, I've just seen the FPL newsletter has said Phil Foden starts. Phil Foden starts, apparently. Now, they also leaked the Haaland news on the last day of this, or late on last season. So that is now interesting. There you go. Everyone can go for Foden now. Everyone can go for Foden. He's going to smash it, isn't he? I've talked about him so much. De Bruyne starts as well. De Bruyne and Foden start. Interesting. Just seen him tweet about De Bruyne. So that means no Alvarez, probably. Unless Foden's on the right wing. Interesting. It doesn't change anything for me. I'm not putting De Bruyne in. De Bruyne is a nice differential, though. Oh, I'm losing messages now already. Ramsdale or Onana? Definitely Onana. Is Amy Martinez a nice alternative to Onana? He's alright, yeah. I'd prefer Onana, though. Would you consider João Pedro, Jackson, Odegaard? Oh, no, I did that one already. Shady FPL, thank you very much for becoming a member. Watkins, Foden or Bruno Jackson? I mean, I guess with this news you could go Watkins, Foden, but longer term, probably Bruno Jackson, unless Chelsea sign a new number 9. Comes down to these, Osula or Archer. Comes down to these, Osula or Archer. I'm going to go Archer, probably. Bulldog or Kabori. I'm going to go Kabori. Thoughts on Soboslai? Probably not worth a slot in our midfield straight away. Thoughts on Salah or Rashford captain over Haaland? I'd probably go Rashford. Martinelli or Rashford? Rashford. Why don't you have Salah? Just don't have enough money. Yeah, so apparently De Bruyne and Foden start. Interesting. De Bruyne and Foden start via FPL newsletter. They'll love it because now they get more people sign up to their newsletter. Happy days. I need to tag them. Is it not lazy? Oh, hang on. Yeah, lazy FPL. Boom. We're going to get the whole team. We're going to get the whole team. Don't know about Stones yet. Presumably they've got the whole team and they're just going to keep leaking it out little by little. Ahmed, if you don't like it, just don't watch. I mean, what can I tell you? Nobody is forcing anyone to watch. If they don't like the team reveal thing, happy days. You don't have to watch, you know. Use my 2.5 million in the bank to do Gabriel to Stones, and then use the 2 million from Burmo to Odegaard and chop it up on Arsenal. Yeah, sounds right to me. Pick one trio: Pedro, Odegaard, Stones, Watkins, Odegaard, second 4 million defender. Pedro, Watkins, Martinelli, probably Watkins 4.5, I would say, and Martinelli. De Bruyne and Foden start. That they do. Drip feeding it. Yeah, you got to get... It's the best way to do it. Got to get them followers in. I mean, sometimes... Oh, no Stones or Vardio. Wow, no Diaz either, probably. Blimey. This is what I mean, right? We got this team leak, so everyone who was on John Stones is now going to be without him. I told you, ignore Man City. Ignore them. You know the one to go for? It's a kanji. It's always a kanji, isn't it? It's always a kanji. I knew this was going to happen. Everyone's going to jump on James and Chilwell. I knew it. Called it last night. I heard him typing that message. His keyboard is so loud. Now you're hearing me say that because I'm reading what you're saying. I'm not now. Do 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 do. That's all we know. Yeah, in fact, I bet Edison might be. Edison must be starting because if Ortega was starting, that's the one I would probably go with straight away. Yeah, no Stones or Vardio. Oof. Hang on a second. Any injury updates? Richarlison's fit. Doesn't mean he's definitely going to start, but he's fit apparently. I mean, this isn't really changing anything for me because I was already not on City defenders, so it doesn't really make too much difference. Signed up today, excited to get involved. I'm not sure what you signed up with, but I'm glad you're excited to be getting involved. Much appreciated. Hopefully it's something to do with me. Is Mahrez starting? I'm going to guess probably not. By the way, for anyone that's still putting super chats in, I will try and get to them, but with the news coming in, then it gets a little bit trickier to kind of get to everything, and stuff gets lost. So I'll try and get to everything as soon as I can. Stones is out apparently. Yeah. I did that one. Good to be back. Going with Salah, João Pedro, and 2 6.5 million midfielders. Good luck. Salah captain in Game Week 2. I like it. Most scary start for FPL season so far, and the reason is because I go for Salah. Who would imagine? I know, it's a weird season. Weird start to the season. Madison or Foden? I mean, I guess with Foden starting, you could go with him. Just whether or not he starts after this week, right? That'd be the weird thing. Your mic keeps cutting out words. Oh, do you know what that might be? Do you know what? I'm just going to turn... Hang on. I'm just going to turn all the filters off. There you go. It shouldn't cut out any words now, even if I go a bit quieter. Stuck between Saka and Haaland captain. I mean, I would just probably go Haaland. Alex Dawson, member for 15 months. Thank you very much. Chilwell and a 5.5 million midfielder, or March and a 4.5 million defender. Probably March and the 4.5 million defender. Do you say it's not cutting out? My mic is fine. Okay, maybe I'll put all the filters back on. Oh, I don't know. I want that one on anyway. There we go. Oh, lost the chat now. Martinelli or Foden, Martinelli, Onana and Mbeumo, or Flecken and Richarlison. Is Powell good? Powell should be good. I go Onana and Mbeumo. Salah Stones 5.5 million defender in Chilwell and Mbeumo. Or Trent, Bruno. I would go for the non-Salah version. I'm always going to say the non-Salah version because it's closer to my team. Thoughts on Darwin Nunez? Not going to get enough starts, I don't think. Who to bench? Watkins, Mbeumo, and João Pedro. Mbeumo, I guess. Watkins, Haaland, and João Pedro front three with Madison to rotate, or Watkins, Haaland, and 4.5 with Bruno. I'd go the one with Bruno. Will Perisic start? No idea. I would assume probably not, but I guess there's a chance. Padoka, 9 months. Thank you very much. Thanks so much for the content. Appreciate you watching. When are they going to release the rest of the team? Has the site actually crashed? Someone just said the site's crashed. No, it hasn't crashed. Although I've not tried to make a transfer. Come on then, where's the rest of the news? I want to know if Ortega starts. If Ortega starts, I think if Ortega starts, I'm gonna go 2-4 million pound goalkeepers and hope for the best. Okay, no Stones. The FPL Raptors source has just said no Stones as well. So that looks to be... The no Stones looks to be correct. I would maybe stop doing Super Chats for now because as much as I appreciate them, I just can't get to all of them now. Things are already getting a bit crazy and we've still got 40 minutes to go. Let me see here. Someone DM me the team. Come on, when are you putting the rest of the team out? Rico or Shaw? I think I'd say Shaw. FPL Raptor was told that FPL Newsletter has the entire lineup. Well, yeah, of course. It doesn't surprise me. With Phil Foden starting, do we swap him for Martinelli and bank the 0.5? I won't because I just be worried about... The thing is, like, if I put Foden in, I've just got this exact same worry next week, so I probably just won't go for it. Foden and Mubama or Jackson and Cliver or Watkins and Nakamba. I mean, if they're just going to be on your bench, I would... Watkins and Nakamba. I don't know if Stones is injured. Not sure why he's not... Presumably he is injured. That's why he's not playing. I don't know why I'm getting so worried. I've got none of these players anyway. I'm not going for Foden, so it doesn't really matter. Watkins or João Pedro? I think Watkins is better. Probably not captaining Haaland just to make game week 1 a bit more fun. That's all well and good until Haaland gets a hat-trick tonight, and then things go bad. But I'm sure you'll be fine. There's other players with good fixtures. I don't think they're rested for the Super Cup. And also, do you know what... I mean, if they are, which I doubt it, maybe players get rested for Newcastle. Which punt, Foden or Richarlison? I'd probably go Richarlison. I think is, I can only say what I always say about Foden, right? If he keeps starting, he's great, right? If he does really well tonight, he might play again on game week 2, again on game week 3, game week 4. He'll be brilliant for 7.5 million. But personally, I just don't want this headache. Because you know what's going to happen next week? Is Foden starting? Is Foden starting? Is Foden starting? And the answer will be, I don't know. And I just don't want that headache in my own team. Oh no, the FPL site has crashed. Oh, the FPL site, do you know what? It just crashed on me there. It come back up. I need to make sure I'm happy enough with my team, just in case it fully crashes. I think I am. Oh, I don't ever want John Stones. Oh, I hate this. It just went down there really briefly, and it was straight back up. Apparently, Ruben Dias's concussion protocol. Oh my god, Raptors source has already got 26,000 followers on Twitter. If anyone wants followers quickly, get early team news. Haaland. Two different people have just sent me the team, but I can't verify it because I've not. Do you know what? Do you know what? Two different people have just sent me the team, and they've got one player different, so one of them's wrong. Yeah, put in the ticker. Stones and VAR. Dial not starting. Foden and De Bruyne start. Ah, come on. Oh god, I can't type properly. Seriously, that's really bad. There's no point in me reading it out. Two people who I haven't heard from before have sent me a team, and the team's different. So there's no point in me reading it out because I don't know which one's correct. First Super Cup City have been in. I don't know. I don't know if it makes that much difference. I'm worried now. Although De Bruyne starting is great for Haaland, so if Haaland starts, we're good. Yeah, demonic typing speed, but I made a lot of spelling mistakes there, so it wasn't great, you know. Keep hitting that subscribe button, by the way. We're nearly at 358k. Hit that like button if you're enjoying it. Foden starting. The thing is, for me, it's too difficult to get the Foden unless I drop Martinelli, so I just won't bother, I don't think. I get a good feeling. Yeah. Don't put fake team news in the chat. I'll just ban you. You remember the 50k subscriber days? They were so long ago now. Yeah, don't keep hitting that subscribe button if you're already subscribed, of course. They might not drop the full lineup. I don't really like dropping the whole lineup. 120 minutes for Foden over the next 2 games is enough for me. Yeah, fair enough. He's great. He is great. I tell you now, he's going to score a brace tonight, and people are gonna come. I mean, again, I keep saying Foden's a good option if he starts. That's the only thing. He needs starts. Don't drink water, please. Talk about Foden. I need to know what 4.5 million defender to get in. Do I get Rico Lewis? Raptor says his contact has the full team sheet and will keep dropping leaks. I don't think there's really anything interesting to know now, is there? Like, what are we waiting for? Haaland's going to start, and so's Edison. Like, what else do we need to know? We already know that Diaz and Stones and Vardy are missing. De Bruyne and Foden start. Which other players are people even waiting for? Don't think there really is anyone. Alvarez, yeah, but you're going to go for Alvarez if he starts, maybe. People keep saying you just said that you've got Martinelli. Like I said, I'm not trying to hide this for like any reason other than if I'm not sure. Yeah, like I've got Watkins as well, and they'll probably be the players I end with. 4.5 million defender, but I want to be able to change. Waiting for our boy Rico. I mean, presumably, if all those centre-backs aren't starting, then Akanji will start. Mate, Akanji's the one. Maybe Akanji is the one. I said that earlier. Always starts. Do. Am I getting on the Jackson bandwagon? I don't know. It's just whether or not I want Reece James. Okay, Team News and Ticks is going to leak the team in 15 minutes as well. So we're going to get basically everything. We're going to get everything. Is Edison starting? Presumably he is. Yeah, presumably he will be. I'm not interested in Steele. I think De Zerbi said that him and Verbruggen would get like 50-50 starts. And look, it could be Premier League and Cup split, but it might not be. So that worries me a bit too much. It's mad how much stuff we get for Man City. Play a video game. I'm singing again, sorry. 20,000 people in the stream. Well done, thank you very much. I think the record's like 35k. Can I borrow an email to make an FPL team? You can just create an email. Should I do Matoma to Foden? I would probably keep Matoma, but like, again, Foden's really good. Foden's really good if he starts. So if you think he's going to keep starting, you could definitely get Foden. And lots of people will now move for him. FPL's now laggy. Oh, I don't know what to do. Do I keep not... If I start with this current team, do I keep 0.5 million to get Reece James? Oh, so tricky. Do I keep the 0.5 million or do I just get Anana back? Get Anana back. I know, but Anana should get a clean sheet straight away. I mean, if Mitrovic starts, you know, Pickford might lose his. So tricky. I'm not liking this now. I've got some slight panic now. Not about Salah. Not about Salah, though. Not about Salah. Can you wish Adam Marshall good luck in his first season of FPL? He's loved your content this summer. Good luck, Adam Marshall. I hope you beat Callum Patterson. I'm not interested in Steele. It's Pickford, Flecken, or Anana for me. I don't necessarily want to double up either. Got Udoji on my bench, but tempted to go for Rico. The thing is, when everyone's fit, Rico Lewis just won't start. But do you know what? It could be that he just starts the season now. It could just be that he starts the season, gets a few games. Like, is he like, the thing is though, if I put Rico Lewis on the bench, I don't want to play him ahead of anyone else anyway, so I probably won't do that. People are saying FPL is down. It's still up for me. Do. Oh, Salah's the least of my worries. No, I'm not going to play Rico Lewis head of Chill, I don't think. I'll bench Chilwell this week and play Rico. Yeah, that probably... I mean, for clean sheet potential, Man City are probably ahead of Chelsea, that's for sure. Someone sent me a rotation of some kind. Yeah, the Pickford rotation is great. Pickford rotation is great with Turner. But Onana's great too. Foden clear of Martinelli. Could be. What do you do for a job? Well, I sit in front of a webcam and people watch me type to try and get information. Saliba is good. Company is starting, is he, for Burnley? I'm not seeing the FPL site crashing for me, but I wouldn't leave it too much longer. The thing is, Man United are definitely going to get a bunch of clean sheets early on. I don't want to be like, imagine if Onana gets an assist early. I don't get me wrong. I don't think Onana is like an assist machine, but there is a chance he might get one this season. I don't want to miss it. Kill me. Do a poll: Foden or Martinelli? Yeah. I mean, I guess we know Foden starts, right? So. People do love Foden. If Salah had Luton first game, would you have it? Well, if you had Luton at home and then Bournemouth at home, then yeah, probably. 2-2. I mean, there's more chance I would start of him for sure. Oh my god. I have to show you this. So my wife is downstairs watching the stream, but my dog is not interested whatsoever. Can you believe that? Can you believe the cheek? I have to walk her every day, and she doesn't even want to watch the stream. Oh, Jesus, that didn't work very well. There we go. She's not even interested in the stream. Mate, look, it's game week 1 with 21 minutes to go, and instead of seeing my team, maybe this is how I'll do the reveal from now on. I'll do the reveal like this. You don't get to see my team. You just get to see the dog instead. Let me get rid of this. More dog content. Trossard locked. Surely not. Too risky, no? Where's all the rest of the leaks? I wish we hadn't had the Man City league. Everyone would have John Stones now and Diaz and players like that. We'd have a head start on them. The City news is De Bruyne and Foden start, Vardy and Stones don't, and we're pretty sure that Diaz doesn't start either. Other than that, I don't know anything. Else. What am I checking here? I'm just seeing if I've got any other messages. Nothing. Wissa and Sterling or Archer and Martinelli? Well, I wouldn't want to play Archer every week, so if you're not playing him every week, I'd go for him and Martinelli, I think. We're all just sat here now, just waiting for those team leaks to see what happens. Why am I not showing you my stream before the deadline? Team, I'm showing you most of my team. The rest of the picks I'm not completely sure about. I mean, I can tell you what it is right now. I've got Pickford in goal, I've got Udogie on the bench, I've got Watkins forward, Martinelli midfielder, and Kabori, who I've talked about all the time. You're guaranteed to not have Martinelli because you have Turner. Turner plays for Nottingham Forest. He doesn't take up an Arsenal pick. Top 6 prediction. Man United to win the league, then Man City, then Liverpool, then Arsenal. Then 2 other teams. Edison or Ortega? Well, Edison's probably the one that's going to start, so you can't really start with Ortega. It was nice when we thought he was going to play. Or when some people were speculating that he might play. People are saying that the servers have crashed. The thing is, it hasn't crashed for me, but I haven't tried to make a transfer either. I think I'd be happy enough with this team if I had to. Let me see if I... No, I don't think... Oh, yeah, you can't... I can't make a transfer. Oh, no, hang on. What? Oh, yeah, you can. I tried to make a transfer and change it back. It's slow, though. Any moves you got, I'd start thinking about doing them. Honestly, I've been sent so many different Man City teams now, I'm not sure who to believe. We are unable to load the requested page. Odegaard or Martinelli? Odegaard if you got the money. Odegaard if you got the money. I'm just... I hate this part of the stream because it's like I'm not reading chat too much. I'm looking at kind of DMs and stuff to see what's going to happen. What's your thoughts on Højlund? He's just not an I think in general I quite like. I say I like him. I've barely seen him play. Right, I've only seen highlights. Could be good. Young talent, very expensive. Let's see what happens. But he's not for FPL because he's not fit. And Burma or Pedro to start game week 1. I'd probably start João Pedro because of the fixture. To be honest, Richarlison for game week 1, I probably wouldn't. Reveal the bench, I will at half 6. I will at half 6. Will Mings play? I don't really know, to be honest. I wouldn't go for him, that's for sure. Best transfer down from a Kanji to a 4.54. Already have Bulldog. FYI, app is working for transfers. Nice. Gavin, member for 11 months. I'd probably go 4.5, but there's nothing wrong with 2 4s. If you go 2 4s, I'd go for Kabori, I think. Rumours of Haaland on the bench. I don't think any of the teams I got sent have Haaland on the bench, but again, they've all got one player different at least, so... How do you find your team number? You go to Game Week History. So you, on Pick Team on the right is Game Week History. It's the number in your... it's the number in your... Whatever. Oh, look at that light from the window. Should have shut me blind. It's the number in the URL, basically. FPL's down. People keep saying FPL's down. Doom, doom, doom. Archer, there's just a few rumours that have gone around today that he might go to a Premier League club. That's about it. Stop sending me the team. Anthony or Foden? I think you'd probably go Foden in that case. Is Timber, SGP and Shaw a good back three? I mean, Timber may start. I'd be a bit of a worried about him going forward, I guess. But it's not a bad back three, that's for sure. Why is De Bruyne so unpopular? He's not had many pre-season minutes, but, you know, if he's starting today, could be excellent. It's a great fixture. 59% said Martinelli, 41% said Foden, by the way. People keep saying, oh yeah, FPL's getting very slow. FPL's very slow. If there's any move you're not sure about, I would try and get it locked in now. There's still part of me that's thinking like, Watkins versus Jackson. What do you do? The thing is, I don't think that Nicholas Jackson is a better option than Watkins, but I do think the money could be quite useful. Just grow up and show us your team. I love that. Like, I think if you're worried about what my team is, maybe you're the one that needs to grow up. Gavin, thank you very much. Thanks for all the great preseason content. Appreciate you watching. It's been good. Thank you. No Grealish apparently. What? According to who? So Grealish isn't starting. Wow. So the guy that we thought was more nailed is not starting, and Foden, who was less nailed, is starting. I can't be bothered with Man City. Honestly, I just cannot be bothered with them. I don't want this headache all the time. The thing is, it may be now that Foden keeps starting, but I can't be bothered. Honestly. Not worth this. Not worth this hassle. They're not that good. Bro's asking to copy your team and you're telling him to grow up. People aren't necessarily copying, but still. They might want to know who I'm going for. Maybe Rico Lewis is the one. Honestly, I've made my mind up playing Chilwell, so I'm kind of happy with that. I'm more worried about Watkins and 4.5 versus Jackson and Thingy, and whether or not I keep 0.5 million or start with Anana. 8 months member, thank you very much. Jackson and Foden or Watkins and Mbermo? I'm saying Watkins and Mbermo. Not convinced this is an easy game for City. Not as good as Arsenal and United's fixtures. I think it's a pretty good game. I guess it could be better if it was at home, but I don't think it would worry me too much, to be honest. I think the thing with Pickford versus Anana, they're the two I'm really looking at, is if I don't use that 0.5 million, then I definitely prefer having Anana. But if I do eventually use it, I prefer having Pickford. But I don't know if I'm definitely going to use it. I don't know if I will do Estepinian to Reece James in game week 3. Do I leave that option open? Cancelo starts? I don't know, to be honest. Don't know. Presumably Haaland starts. If Haaland wasn't starting, someone would have mentioned it by now. So presumably he starts. I'm still going to captain him. Thogda wants to know if Cancelo starts. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We haven't had anything about him. I really think Chilwell's one of my favourite defenders, by the way, for people asking about him. Like he's absolutely locked in my team. Sheriff, 22 months member, thank you very much. Stones out, White in just a placeholder till game week 3 to get the better Chelsea fullback. Nice, yeah. Is Matoma from Mbermo a bad shout? Nope. Whichever way around you're going. Cancelo would be a massive differential, but I can't imagine. I can't can't imagine that he's starting. Again, I've had a different team now about Man City. I can't keep up with the different teams. I think you just go with the information you got. Stones, Vardy, Grealish not starting. Foden and De Bruyne do start. Presumably Haaland starts. If not, they're about to drop that, and that's quite scary. These hidden spots in your team are making me mad. Oh, geez, you're not the only one, apparently. They're not that interesting, honestly. I'm just thinking about... the only issue for me is, do I drop Watkins down to, like, a Jackson? I mean, you could go down to João Pedro, but I'll probably just stay with Jackson. I kind of just want that 5.5 defender on the bench. Ready. Stones bench. We already knew Stones wasn't starting. Bench is interesting, though. Oh, I don't know what to do. All this over a... Oh, why am I... What the hell? Why is it so dark in here? Turn the lights up. Turn the lights right up. Oh, hello. There you go. FPL's all kinds of dead. Remember to breathe, someone DMing. Oh my god, hang on. Hang on. There's more concrete, didn't see it coming. Oh, come on. I don't know when there's more. Jesus Christ. This is like the Saka stuff. Remember that Saka stuff I had when he was benched against Leeds and people like went crazy about it? Saka's fine, by the way. Oh my god. I've got to make a change to my defence. But I don't know if it's... I don't know how legit this is. I'll let you know more when it's concrete. As it stands. Oh my god. This is the kind of news that could be wrong. And I could look really stupid if it's wrong. Oh my god. I'm going to make a transfer and I'm going to show you it on screen. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't know if this is correct or not. Okay. I'm just going to make the transfer. Hang on. Okay, I'm just going to refresh. If it shows the rest of the team, it shows the rest of the team. Let me just refresh a sec. Oh, it's a server error. Oh, God. Okay, I've put Saliba in instead of Gabriel, basically. There's not... Surely Gabriel... I don't know if it's correct. Oh, there you go. You've seen the rest of the team now. Oh, my God. What if this is wrong? What if this is wrong? So I'm not confident about that, but I guess I'm confident enough to change it. I don't know. I don't know. I that's all I have. I can't say any. The game's tomorrow. I'm not going to go into it too much. There's part of me that thinks I should probably just do it. What if that's wrong, though? That could be wrong. That could be wrong. There's no way this is like Saka all over again. I actually feel a bit sick. I don't know. Triple Arsenal mids. The thing is, I don't even if that is correct, right, and he needs to be changed, I don't even know if Saliba's the best option, but I can't really be bothered to think about it. Like, there's no other 5 millions, like, apart from a Kanji maybe. But then I've got to think about how to get another Arsenal in. I just can't be bothered. I don't know if that. The way it's written, I don't know, but it's from someone that I would usually try. But the way it's written just makes me think it's not necessarily like 100%. Like they don't sound as confident as they usually do. But the fact they've sent it to me, maybe that's enough. I don't know. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't know what's happened to Gabriel. Generally, I have no idea. I feel like if they've sent me a message to say that, then there must be something behind it. But I'm not going to tell you what they've said, but the way they've written it, I'm just not sure. I don't know. I'm not happy about that because I've had Gabriel I've had Gabriel ever since the game launched. I've had it ever since the game launched. Had him, sorry. The guy's never injured. Exactly. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, what about the rest? Oh, I can't even see the rest of the team. It's crashed properly now. It's crashing. I can't even get onto my team. Okay, I'm on there now. Oh, I think I'm starting without Onana. I don't like it. I'm not reading the message out. Right? Honestly, people always say, "Who's your source?" You're never going to tell. If I read it out, I never get any other information ever again. Basically. Super chats again. Appreciate them. There's 4 minutes to go to Della. I'm never going to get to them all. Pedro Watkins, Martinez, Richarlison. No. Thoughts on James? Shaw or James instead of Stones? I'd probably go James. I kind of want Reece James. I'd have to get Jackson instead of Watkins, though. Oh, I'm going to leave Reece James for later. FPL's crashing, by the way. I don't know if it's injury related. I genuinely do not know. I'm not trying to hide it. I do not know why he's potentially out. I don't even know if it's... Again, the way stuff's worded, I don't know if he's as sure as he usually is. I honestly, I wish I could say more than that. I don't have anything else. The source is someone that's been reliable in the past. The way it's been written does not make me think it's as reliable as in the past. That's all I can say. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know if he's going to be on the bench. I don't know. He might even start. If he starts, you can come and blame me. I do not know. I guess there's not enough between Gabriel and Saliba to really worry about it. I'll just make the change. It could be that Saliba doesn't start and Gabriel does. I wish I knew more than that and could tell you definitively. But I'm just going to go with that in FPL. Could be completely wrong. Yeah, get your changes locked in. I'm not going to have Onana because I can't make any freaking changes, so I'm on Pickford. No, Ortega, no way. Ortega's nowhere near. Ortega's not starting, right? I don't even like Saliba that much really as an option. Oh, I hate this because Gabriel, I do like his goal threat. Imagine if Gabriel starts now and scores. It's just going to be so many. It's going to be so many messages, and like that could happen. Gabriel could start and he could score. Like Gabriel's great. Saka benched. Imagine that. What's someone? Like Arteta didn't mention any injuries today. I don't think. I think he said everyone was available, so I don't think he's injured. So he might be starting. I don't know. I give up. It's 40 seconds to go. I'm not changing it now. If Gabriel starts, so be it. If he scores a header, then yeah, I'm done for, aren't I? Everyone just going over the top now. Why wouldn't Gabriel play? Well, that's my thoughts. That's the thing, right? If someone sends you Man City news and says Foden's not starting, you're like, yeah, okay, fine, because he's never starts. Or, sorry, it's not guaranteed he starts. But when someone says to you about Gabriel or someone like Saka, you question it over and over again. Like Bruno Fernandes, etc. I'm locked in, aren't I? I haven't got Reece James. I can't even get onto the transfers anyway. Even if I wanted to get Reece James, I couldn't do it. I think I'm on Haaland captain. I hope so. The source might have just meant no Jesus. I mean, yeah, there is 3 Gabriels, but I don't think so. Yeah, and also the other thing to say, I know it's a bit late to say this now because the deadline's gone, but like teams can change. Like even if he wasn't in the lineup now, he might be in the lineup tomorrow. Like managers can change their mind. It's happened before. So if Gabriel starts tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. Anyway, we're locked in. We're locked in. Of course, that was the end to a freaking deadline stream for Game Week 1. Thank you very much for joining me. Make sure to give the stream a like before you all run off and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to do me one more favour, head over to whichever podcast platform you use, like Spotify, Apple, etc. Go and find me, Let's Talk FPL, and rate it 5 stars. That'd be much appreciated. But obviously on YouTube, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Thank you for all the... Oh yeah, the reveal, of course. I'm about to go. It's nothing interesting. You all know. I was about to log off and go and eat a pizza. I forgot about the team. Well, I've got Saliba now, apparently. I'm not happy about that whatsoever. I heard Foden was starting and panicked. 30,000 people watching and I've just forgotten to show my team. Anyway, it's not that exciting. I can't remember all the play. Okay, let's go first. Who do you want to see first? Do you know, I'm not drawing this out. It's boring. Okay, second bench defender. Dun 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 dun. Oh, why is it not moving? Here we go. Dun 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 dun. It's the £4 million defender that I've mentioned over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's Kabori. Amazing. Midfielder. The midfielder is dun 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 dun. Oh, let me just lock in. The midfielder dun 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 dun. What the hell? Why is it not working? Oh. I can't get it to work. Oh, here we go. Dun 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 dun. Guess what? It's Martinelli. I said that already. I've got Martinelli. Literally just tried to fast forward a live video. Yeah, it's pretty boring. I apologise. Who next? Let's go for the other bench defender. I'm not happy about this one. I'm not completely happy about it. Who do you think it is? The bench defender. Who's the bench defender? Imagine Saliba scores tomorrow. It'd be crazy. Imagine he doesn't start and Gabriel does. It is Udogie. I guarantee you I should have just gone Botman. I'm not... Reece James, I've got 0.5 million in the bank, so I can get Reece James for Estepinian, or even Saliba if I wanted to. Probably not in Game Week 3, though. Second forward. Oh, hang on. Why is... I can't get this. This doesn't work, honestly. It's terrible. I'm just going to have to reveal it. Watkins. Boring. It has to be Watkins because I had Udogie. And then in goal... Where the hell's my goalkeeper? I can't find it. Is it just this one? It's Pickford, anyway. It's Pickford. I've gone for the Pickford-Turner rotation. I've got 0.5 million in the bank. And that's it. No Salah. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't really that... I told you I wasn't that bothered about Salah. You didn't believe it. There you go. There's the team. We'll see how it goes. Shame none of the differentials you mentioned. Yeah. Andy panicking already. I didn't massively panic, I guess. I mean, straight away, like Jackson and James could definitely be... yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether I regret it or not. The thing is, if Chelsea smash it, I'm definitely gonna prefer to have Jackson and James. But it might be that I keep Watkins and I do Estepinian to Reece James instead. I mean, João Pedro might have been nice Luton at home. You will cry for Salah. Yeah, possibly. Turn the lights down again. Yeah, the sun's gone in a bit there. That's my team. Boring. Template. Why not Shaw? Because, yeah, I could have got Shaw. But I don't know, that 0.5 might come in handy. By the way, make sure to hit the like button. Hit subscribe as well if you haven't already before you go. And if you could go and rate the podcast 5 stars, that would be unbelievably helpful. We've already had 190. It's actually rated 5 stars. So many of you went and did it. So I appreciate that because you probably haven't listened to it and it's a load of rubbish. But thank you. Loads of people went over and did that. You're placing too much faith in Watkins. The kind of annoying thing about Watkins is his first fixture is Newcastle away, whereas Jackson probably with Liverpool at home, and especially João Pedro or Luton at home, are a bit more exciting. So you could straight away just have a blank with Watkins, and he could start going down in price. But we'll see. Yeah, again, I can't say anything more about Gabriel, to be honest with you. It might be that he starts tomorrow. We'll have to see. Anyway, football's back. Or Premier League's back. Sorry, I don't want to disrespect other leagues. Apologies. Premier League is back. Yeah. The only thing I would say about the Gabriel stuff is I love the guy. And I've had him ever since day one, pretty much. So I think there could be something in it, but we'll see. I need to mute my mic. I'm about to cough. Anyway, pre-season done. Happy days. Let me see how many subscribers we hit. 358k. Very much appreciated. I keep saying much appreciated a lot. 1.25 million views last 48 hours. That's massive. Copied FPL Harry. No, FPL Harry copied that other guy. I copied the guy that FPL Harry copied last year. Forget this. I'm watching the Saudi Pro League. Enjoy. Any chance you'll make a video on how to use Fantasy Football Hub? I don't know if I'll do a separate video, but I do use it a lot during videos, so you can maybe follow along that way. Oh, Watkins is so boring in it. I feel with Newcastle away, it's always regret straight after. With Newcastle away, maybe I should have just gone with the different player straight away and had Reece James on the bench. I don't know. You went Timber. I mean, Timber could start. Oh, geez, someone... Saka's not out, by the way, as far as I know. Someone just messaged me and said, is Saka out? Okay, I think I'm going to shoot off now. Again, thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, again, for the last time, do hit that subscribe button. Hit like. Go and check Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Rate it 5 stars. It'd be much appreciated. I think we'll be in the top 20 on Spotify tomorrow, which would be pretty cool. And yeah, I'll be back on Sunday. No content tomorrow. I'm going to take a nice break. Knee-jerk stream on Sunday, then all the content as normal next week. Enjoy your weekend. Let's hope that the Saliba scores a brace. And yeah, I'll catch you again soon. Thanks for joining me.